6 months ago, I walked into a Starbucks in New York. The barista smiled and asked, "What can I get for you today?" My heart started racing. My hands got cold. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. I just pointed at the menu and said, "This one," like a child. I felt so embarrassed. That moment changed everything. My name is Sarah Chun. I'm 29 years old and I work as a graphic designer. For years, I struggled with English. I could read it. I could write emails slowly. But speaking? That was my biggest fear. Until I discovered something that changed my life in just 60 days. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I went from being too scared to order coffee, to confidently presenting projects to international clients. And the best part, you can do it too, starting today. Hello. This is Mia. Welcome to the Fluency Club channel. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to receive new content every day. If you've ever felt nervous speaking English, if you've ever frozen in a conversation, if you've ever wished you could just speak naturally without thinking, then keep watching. Because what I'm about to share with you works. It worked for me, and it can work for you. Let me tell you my story. I was born in Taiwan and moved to the United States when I was 24. I thought my English was okay. I studied it in school for 10 years. I passed tests, I got good grades, but real life, real conversations, that was completely different. At work, I was the quiet one. During meetings, I would just nod and smile. My boss would ask, "Sarah, what do you think?" And I would say, "I agree," or "Sounds good." I never shared my real ideas because I was afraid of making mistakes. I was afraid people would laugh at my accent. I was afraid they wouldn't understand me. One day, everything changed. A big client from London wanted to work with our company. My boss called me into her office and said, "Sarah, I love your design work. This client specifically requested you for their project, but you'll need to present your ideas to them on a video call next week." My stomach dropped. A video call? In English? With a client? I wanted to say no, but this was the opportunity I'd been waiting for. So I said yes. I spent the whole week preparing. I wrote my presentation word by word. I practiced in front of the mirror every night. I recorded myself and listened back. But every time I imagined the real call, my anxiety grew stronger. The day of the call arrived. I joined the video meeting. There were 5 people on the screen, all looking at me, waiting. I started my presentation. "Hello, my name is Sarah, and I will show you the designs today." But then one of the clients interrupted. "Sorry, Sarah, could you speak up a bit? We're having trouble hearing you clearly." My face turned red. I tried to speak louder, but my voice was shaking. I got confused with my words. I said client when I meant project. I said, "This design show." Instead of "this design shows." They were polite, but I could see the confusion on their faces. After 15 painful minutes, my boss jumped in and finished the presentation for me. When the call ended, I felt like crying. I had failed. The client didn't choose me for the project. They chose another designer who could communicate clearly. That night, I sat in my apartment feeling terrible. I thought, I've been studying English for 15 years. Why can't I just speak? Why is this so hard? I was tired of feeling scared. I was tired of missing opportunities. Something had to change. The next morning, I was having coffee with my friend Jessica. I told her what happened. She listened carefully. Then she said something that surprised me. Have you tried talking to ChatGPT? I looked at her confused. ChatGPT? Isn't that just for writing emails and stuff? She smiled. No, it's so much more than that. I've been using it to practice my Spanish every single day. It's like having a patient teacher, available 24 hours a day, who never gets tired, never judges you, and corrects you kindly. I was skeptical. How could talking to an AI help me speak better English? But I was desperate. That evening, I opened ChatGPT on my laptop. My hands were shaking a little bit because I felt nervous even talking to a computer. I typed, "Hi, I need help with my English speaking. I'm really bad at conversations. Can you help me?" In 2 seconds, I got a reply. "Hello, I'd be happy to help you improve your English conversation skills. Let's start simple. Tell me about your day today and I'll give you feedback." That felt safe. No video, no pressure, just me and the screen. So I typed, "Today I feel sad because I did bad in a work presentation." ChatGPT replied, "I understand that must have been difficult. Let me help you with your sentence." Instead of "I did bad," we say, "I did badly" or "I didn't do well." Also, instead of "in a presentation," we usually say "during a presentation" or "in my presentation." Would you like to try writing that sentence again? Something clicked in my mind, and the correction wasn't mean. It wasn't harsh. It was gentle, clear, and helpful. For the first time, I didn't feel embarrassed about my mistakes. I felt like I was actually learning. I rewrote the sentence, "Today I feel sad because I didn't do well during my work presentation." ChatGPT responded, "Perfect, that's exactly right. Now tell me more. What happened during the presentation?" And just like that, we were having a conversation. I wrote paragraph after paragraph, and ChatGPT corrected my grammar, suggested better words, and asked me questions that made me think in English. After an hour, I realized something important. I wasn't afraid anymore. I was actually enjoying this. That night, I made a decision. I would use ChatGPT every single day for 60 days to improve my English. I would treat it like my personal conversation partner. Let me share exactly what I did so you can do it too. Week 1 was all about daily conversations. Every morning before work, I would open ChatGPT and write about my plans for the day. Today, I will work on 3 design projects. I will have lunch with my colleague. I will go to the gym after work. Then I asked ChatGPT to respond like a real friend would. Not like a teacher, but like someone having a normal chat. This was important because I wanted to learn natural English, not textbook English. ChatGPT would reply, "That sounds like a busy day. What kind of design projects are you working on? And who are you having lunch with?" Then I would answer, and we would go back and forth. Sometimes I made mistakes. Sometimes ChatGPT would gently point them out. Sometimes it would just let the conversation flow naturally. By the end of week 1, I noticed something amazing. I was thinking in English more. When I woke up in the morning, I would automatically think, "What am I doing today?" In English, not in Chinese. Week 2, I took it to the next level. I started doing role-play exercises. I would tell ChatGPT, "Let's pretend you're a barista at Starbucks and I want to order a complicated drink." ChatGPT would respond, Good morning. Welcome to Starbucks. What can I get started for you today? Then I would type out my order, trying to sound natural and confident. Hi, can I get a grandite iced caramel macchiato with oat milk and an extra shot of espresso, please? ChatGPT would stay in character. Of course. Would you like whipped cream on that? We practice so many scenarios. Ordering food at restaurants, calling customer service, having small talk with neighbors, even going to the doctor. Each scenario helped me prepare for real-life situations. But here's what really helped me. After each role play, I would ask ChatGPT, how did I do? What could I say more naturally? And it would give me feedback like, great job. Americans often add please at the end of requests. Also, instead of can I get, you could say, I'd like, or could I have, to sound more polite. Week 3 was about pronunciation. Now, ChatGPT can't hear me speak, but it helped me in a different way. I would write out sentences that were difficult for me to say. Words with sounds. Words with R and L sounds. Sentences with lots of consonants together. ChatGPT would break them down for me phonetically and give me tips. For example, I always struggled with the word through. ChatGPT explained, think of it as through like you threw a ball. Your tongue should touch the back of your top teeth for the sound. I would practice these sentences out loud in my apartment. My technique was simple. I would read the sentence in my normal voice first. Then I would say it slowly, focusing on each sound. Then I would say it at normal speed again. I did this 10 times for each sentence. Repeat after me. I thought about buying 3 things at the theater. Repeat after me. She sells seashells by the seashore. Repeat after me. The red lorry, the yellow lorry. Week 4, something incredible happened. I walked into Starbucks, the same one from the beginning of my story. The same barista was there. My heart started beating fast, but this time I was ready. She smiled. Good morning. What can I get for you? I took a deep breath and said clearly, hi. I'd like a grande iced caramel macchiato with oat milk and an extra shot of espresso, please. She typed it in. Great. Anything else? Actually, yes. Can I also get one of those lemon loaf cakes? They look delicious. Sure thing. Your total is $12.45. I paid. She handed me the receipt, and I said, thank you so much. Have a great day. It sounds so simple, right? But for me, that moment was huge. I had just had a complete conversation in English without freezing, without pointing, without feeling embarrassed. I walked out of that Starbucks with the biggest smile on my face. That night, I told ChatGPT about my victory. I wrote, I did it. I ordered coffee in English today and I didn't feel scared. ChatGPT responded, that's wonderful, Sarah. I'm so proud of your progress. This is just the beginning. You're building real confidence now. Keep going. The second month was where everything changed completely. By day 31, I was ready for more complex conversations. I started asking ChatGPT to discuss topics like movies, technology, travel, and even philosophy. We talked about my favorite films. We debated whether AI would replace human jobs. We discussed the best places to visit in America. These conversations taught me something important. You don't need to know every single word to communicate well. Sometimes I didn't know a word, so I would describe it instead. ChatGPT would understand and then teach me the correct word. For example, one day I was trying to say traffic jam, but I forgot the phrase. So I wrote, when there are too many cars on the road and nobody can move. ChatGPT replied, "Ah, you mean a traffic jam?" Yes, traffic jams are frustrating. This taught me a valuable skill. In real conversations, you can work around words you don't know. You can describe things. You can use simpler words. Native speakers do this all the time, too. Around day 45, I decided to face my biggest fear. I told ChatGPT, I need to practice giving presentations. Can you be my audience? ChatGPT agreed. I wrote out a presentation about my design philosophy. It was 10 paragraphs long. I covered my background, my inspiration, my process, and my goals. After I finished, ChatGPT gave me detailed feedback. Your content is excellent, Sarah. Your ideas are clear and inspiring. Here are some suggestions for improvement. In paragraph 3, you said, I am doing designs. In English, we usually say I create designs or I design instead. Also, in paragraph 7, try using transition words like furthermore or additionally to connect your ideas more smoothly. I revised my presentation based on the feedback. Then I practiced it out loud in my apartment over and over again until it felt natural. The next week at work, my boss made an announcement. We have another opportunity with an international client. They need a designer who can present in English. Is anyone interested? My heart jumped. This was my second chance. Everyone in the room stayed quiet. They remembered what happened last time with me. But I raised my hand. I'll do it, I said. My boss looked surprised. Are you sure, Sarah? Yes, I'm ready this time. The presentation was scheduled for 3 days later. I used those 3 days to prepare intensely. I practiced with ChatGPT. I recorded myself on video. I watched the recordings and improved my body language, my tone, my pacing. The day arrived. I joined the video call. This time, there were 8 people on the screen. 8 pairs of eyes looking at me. But I wasn't scared. I was nervous, yes, but I was also confident. I smiled at the camera and began, "Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name's Sarah Chun, and I'm thrilled to share my design concepts with you today." For the next 20 minutes, I presented my work. I explained my ideas clearly. I answered questions confidently. When someone asked something I didn't understand perfectly, I politely said, "Could you please repeat that?" instead of panicking. At the end, the client team smiled. One of them said, "Sarah, this is exactly what we were looking for. Your designs are creative, and your presentation was very professional. We'd love to move forward with you on this project." When the call ended, my hands were shaking, but this time from excitement, not fear. My boss sent me a message, "Sarah, that was incredible. I'm so impressed by your progress. Congratulations." I closed my laptop, sat back in my chair, and just breathed. I had done it 60 days ago. I couldn't order a coffee. Now, I had just won an international client through a presentation in English. That evening, I opened ChatGPT one more time. I wrote, "Thank you. You changed my life." ChatGPT replied, "You did all the hard work, Sarah. I just provided guidance. You showed up every single day. You practiced. You pushed through your fear. That's what made the difference. Keep going. You're just getting started. Today, 3 months after that first presentation, my life looks completely different. I work with clients from 5 different countries. I lead meetings in English every week. I even made friends with people from Australia and Canada through online design communities. We video chat regularly, and I don't feel nervous anymore. But here's what I want you to understand. I'm not special. I'm not a language genius. I struggled just like you might be struggling right now. The only difference is that I found a method that worked and I committed to it every single day. You can do this too. Whether you're preparing for a job interview, planning to study abroad, want to travel confidently, or just want to understand movies without subtitles, you can improve your English dramatically in 60 days. Start small. Have a simple conversation with ChatGPT today. Tell it about your day. Ask it to correct you gently. Practice one scenario. Order coffee. Introduce yourself. Talk about your hobbies. Just start. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker once struggled with their first conversation. The difference between people who succeed and people who give up is simple. The ones who succeed keep showing up, even when it's hard, even when they make mistakes, even when they feel embarrassed. Your English doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. It just has to be yours. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. So here's my challenge for you. For the next 60 days, spend just 15 minutes every day practicing English with ChatGPT. Write about your life. Do role plays. Ask questions. Make mistakes. Learn from them. And watch how your confidence grows week by week. In the comments below, tell me, what's your biggest challenge with English right now? Is it speaking, listening, pronunciation, grammar? Tell me, and I'll create more videos to help you specifically with those challenges. If you want to see the exact prompts I used with ChatGPT during my 60-day journey, I'll pin a comment with 5 of my favorite conversation starters. Use them. They work. Remember this, your accent is not a mistake. Your mistakes are not failures. They're just steps on your path to fluency. Every single conversation you have, even the awkward ones, even the difficult ones, they're all making you better. Fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being confident. It's about being brave enough to speak, even when you're not sure. It's about progress, not perfection. Like this video if you found it helpful, and we'll see you tomorrow.